5, 4. We've gone for main engine start. We have main engine start. Off of America's first space shuttle. And the shuttle has cleared the tower.
Many of us remember the moment the first space shuttle was launched. It was 4 decades ago on a sunny day in mid-April. Even though the program officially started in the early 1970s, it was this moment in 1981 that NASA was reaching for. The main goal, reducing the cost to get into space.
Previously, all piloted spacecraft had been designed to be used in one mission, one rocket, one mission. A new one had to be made every time. And so the ideal was to build a reusable spacecraft to try to bring the price down.
Dave Hostetter, retired curator of the Lafayette Science Museum's planetarium, was not just ready for the launch, but also got a unique first view of the shuttle.
It was expected to be visible from Acadiana on the morning of the day that it landed. And I remember getting up before dawn and driving out south of Abbeville to some nice dark area with a good clear horizon, and yep, there it went. So I saw it on the very first flight, and I was very excited about that.
On Space Shuttle Columbia were astronauts John Young, who'd previously walked on the moon, and Robert Crippen. This was his first of 4 trips to outer space. For the next several years, the Space Shuttle program added more spacecraft and larger crews. They conducted research and deployed satellites and telescopes. By the mid-1980s, the program was launching almost monthly, NASA even deciding on sending a teacher into space.
NASA had always planned to put so-called real people onto the space shuttle at some time. It wasn't just put a teacher in space. They were talking about putting journalists in space and artists and poets and all kinds of people, because part of the concept was that it would become a routine type of flight.
Then, on a cold day in January of 1986, tragedy strikes Space Shuttle Challenger.
We will never forget them, nor the last time we saw them this morning, as they prepared for their journey and waved goodbye and slipped the surly bonds of Earth to touch the face of God.
But they picked up again, and many successful flights followed. And then Columbia, our first space shuttle, along with a crew of 7, met its fate.
And I was out in the yard waiting for it to go by, because it should have been visible from Acadiana as it went by, and then landing at Kennedy Space Center about 8 minutes later. And the time for it to be there came and went, and I was thinking, something is wrong.
But success is still the big story. We wouldn't have the International Space Station without the Space Shuttle. And because of the program, your life on Earth is better.
There are people walking around today who are alive because of medication or technology that is derived from the shuttle and space station program. We don't want to forget communication satellites. You know, a lot of those were launched by the shuttle, and we use them all the time.
So where do we go now? The moon? Mars?
I think there's a pretty good chance we'll be back on the moon before the end of the decade. I don't know if we will make the goal of the next landing in 2024. Mars, I think, is somewhat farther into the future, although I understand Elon Musk disagrees with me.
I'm Dave Baker for Acadiana's News Channel.